At 26 years old, she had 2 children, $11,000 in debt, and $43 in her checking account. Her husband had left 6 months earlier. She was working part-time at a grocery store and had no college degree, no savings, and no family nearby who could help. 4 years later, she was completely debt-free, with a fully funded emergency fund and a career that tripled her income. This is not a story about luck. There was no inheritance, no lottery win, no wealthy boyfriend who swooped in to save her. This is a story about exactly what she did, the specific decisions, sacrifices, and systems she built that took her from financial crisis to financial freedom, step by step, in plain English. Welcome back to Plain English Guide, where we break down real stories with real lessons you can use. If you are a single parent or anyone feeling like financial stability is out of reach, this story was made for you. Let's get into exactly what Jennifer did. Jennifer was 26 when her husband left. She had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. She had $11,000 in credit card debt accumulated during the marriage, much of it from bills she had not even known about until after he left. Her part-time grocery store job paid $11 an hour. Her rent alone consumed 60% of her take-home pay. She described that first year as constant low-grade panic. Every bill felt like a threat. She borrowed money from her sister twice just to cover rent. She qualified for food assistance and used it without shame because her children needed to eat. She said later that the hardest part was not the lack of money. It was the feeling that she had no control over her own life. The turning point came on an ordinary Tuesday. Her younger child asked why they could not get a toy at the store like other kids did. Jennifer did not have a dramatic breakdown. She simply went home that night, sat at her kitchen table after the kids were asleep, and wrote down every single dollar she owed and every single dollar she earned. For the first time, she saw the actual numbers instead of just feeling the fear. That night, she created what she called her survival budget. Every dollar had a job, rent, utilities, minimum debt payments, groceries calculated to the dollar. And critically, even though it felt impossible, $5 a week into a savings account she could not easily access. $5. Not because it would solve anything immediately, but because it proved to her that saving was possible even in crisis. Within 2 months, Jennifer realized her grocery store income alone would never be enough. She started researching side income options she could do after her children were asleep. She landed on online transcription work, listening to audio recordings and typing them out. No special degree required. Flexible hours. She could do it from 9 p.m. to midnight after the kids were down. Her first month of transcription work earned her $140. It was exhausting. She was sleeping 5 hours a night between her day job, her children, and her side work. But she kept the income separate from her main budget entirely. Every transcription dollar went straight to debt. By month 6, she had paid off $2,000 of her $11,000 debt. At month 8, Jennifer made a decision that felt financially terrifying at the time. She used $300 of her hard-earned savings to enroll in an online medical billing certification course. It took her 4 months to complete while working both jobs. She studied during her lunch breaks and after the children were asleep. She said it was the hardest 4 months of her life, but also the most important investment she ever made. 11 months after her husband left, Jennifer landed her first medical billing job. Starting salary was $18 an hour, nearly double her grocery store wage. She kept her transcription side work for another 6 months as a financial buffer while she settled into the new role and built up confidence in her new income stability. With her new income, Jennifer attacked the remaining debt aggressively, using what is called the debt avalanche method, paying minimums on all debts, while throwing every extra dollar at the highest interest debt first. Her credit cards had interest rates between 22 and 27%. Eliminating those first saved her significant money in interest charges over time. Exactly 2 years and 3 months after that Tuesday night at the kitchen table, Jennifer made her final debt payment, $11,000, paid in full. She said she cried in her car in the parking lot of her bank, not from sadness, from the overwhelming relief of finally being free from a weight she had carried since her marriage ended. Jennifer's path was not a straight line upward. At month 14, her car broke down and the repair cost $600 she did not have. She had to pause her debt payments for 2 months to cover it. At month 19, one of her children got sick and missed 3 weeks of daycare, meaning Jennifer had to take unpaid time off work to care for him. These setbacks pushed her original 2-year debt payoff goal back by an extra 3 months. With no more debt payments, Jennifer redirected that same money toward building an emergency fund. 6 months of expenses, totaling about $9,000. It took her 14 months. Once that fund was complete, she started investing 15% of her income into a retirement account through her employer, taking full advantage of the company match she had never been able to use before. By year 4, Jennifer had been promoted twice in her medical billing career, now earning $32 an hour. She had 0 consumer debt, a fully funded emergency fund, a growing retirement account, and for the first time since her marriage ended, genuine financial breathing room. Her children, now 6 and 8, had no idea how close to crisis their family had once been. What can we take from Jennifer's exact path? Lesson 1. Clarity comes before strategy. She could not fix what she would not look at. Writing down every dollar owed and earned on that first Tuesday night was uncomfortable but necessary. You cannot build a plan around numbers you are avoiding. Lesson 2. A side income used strategically can fund a skill investment that changes your entire trajectory. Jennifer's transcription work was never going to make her wealthy on its own. Its real value was funding the medical billing certification that doubled her income permanently. Temporary sacrifice for permanent change. Jennifer is 30 years old now. She owns a small townhouse. Her children are thriving. She still keeps that first notebook page from the kitchen table, the one with every dollar written down in a drawer as a reminder of where she started. If this story gave you hope today, hit subscribe. New videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. See you Wednesday. This video is for educational and motivational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Names and details have been adapted for storytelling purposes. Please consult a qualified financial advisor for your specific situation.